Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Today I want to welcome everybody. Today I want to talk about 3 things to be aware of before marriage here in the Philippines. Sometimes we forget these things, and I'm bringing these up again because somebody had sent me a question today, and I figured I'd answer it here. Parents are more important a lot of times to the Filipina. So if you're Western coming from U.S. here, the parents are really important to a Filipina, because they should be. And if it's a Filipina, she's going to want to take care of them parents. So figure that that's probably going to happen for sure, and understandably so. I told Chicha when we first got together that I would always take care of her mother and father. Father had passed at that particular time, but I would have taken care of him, and I would take care of her mother still to this day. A sister does do that now, but if the need rose, of course, I would step up and take care of her mother, because you only have your mother a short period of time in life and a family. So I just made that clear. You guys know how I feel about that. I will help other people also, but my limit was originally her mother, like that. So ask yourself too, when you first come here, you got to ask yourself this. A lot of men immediately, what they want to do is, their parents are really important. That's number one. Number two is your budget. You want to be prepared when you come here. You want to be able to have that funds available, right? Now, it's things that will hit you that you're not aware of once you get here. You have to buy. You're coming here alone, so you'll have to buy, if you don't have one, a refrigerator if you want one, some type of cooking, propane or electric, something like that. You're going to have to buy that. You're going to have to buy maybe a washing machine if your wife still wants to do it by her hand. There's many things that you don't think about. Your clothesline, you got to buy hangers, you got to buy things that you normally don't have. Now, a lot of that stuff she may already have if she's living with her family or she has her own place. But there's things that just crop up and it will hit you and say, okay, I just pulled 10,000 peso out of the bank, or 20,000 peso out of the bank. Where did it go? Well, there's things that will just eat you. Like, say, for instance, you go to town. You may not have all the pots and pans that you need. You may not have all the utensils that you need. You may not have scissors. The simple things, or can openers. You may find that you need to buy some things that you're not really aware of. Tupperware, glasses. Now, she may have some, but you'll find that they will have some, but not enough, because even if you're coming here, you will have to restart your life again. So be prepared to spend 50,000 peso, $1,000, $1,200, depending what you want. You may want a big freezer. You may want a small freezer. You may want a big stove instead of a small stove. Like we have a small oven. But that still ended up costing like 7,000 peso, $140. With hot plates on the top. We use the hot plates sometimes, but we have a propane. We do have electric. We have electric and propane, and then the oven, of course, is electric with 2 burners on top. It's hot plates that you can actually cook on if you wanted to on top of the oven. But you have to be prepared for that. Now, also, you're going to have to be prepared if you have a child, or you're thinking about having a child. You're going to need to have that figured in your budget. Now, that will have to be figured in your budget also. Of course, you already know, best thing to do if you're going to come here is get your insurance in the USA. There's some great companies out there that you can actually get some pretty good rates on, some great policies, but a lot of them you have to be in U.S. to get that policy. But once you get in U.S., you can still have it here while you're living here. You travel back and forth, but you can still have it here. A lot of policies don't say, oh, you can only live in U.S. A lot of policies say you have to be a resident there to sign up for it. And they may require you to have a USA address, which is fine. This is fine. In most cases, you probably should have a U.S. address just because, because you still are, a citizen of the United States. because you have to think about, because also too, if you have a child that you're taking on as responsibility, you got to think about their eye care, their dental care, all their medical, things like that. You really have to be planning for that. You don't think about it. Even though they may have Philly health, you still have to plan for that. The reason I'm saying these things is it hit me up today. Someone mentioned this earlier, I'm coming here, I'm going to marry her immediately. Well, that's fantastic. I'm so happy you're coming here. How long have you known her? Well, I've known her about 2 months, and I'm coming. Well, I sent back an email, okay, and he replied back, but we're back and forth, 4 or 5 emails each, and finally he says, well, I'm coming there, I'm going to marry her. Well, no rush. When you come here, no rush. Don't rush, relax. You can get married next year, or you can get married 6 months from now, or you can get married 2 years from now. So the thing of it is, that's another video in itself also. But the thing that when you come here, be prepared for like extra things that may hit you that you don't normally think about. It could be just reading glasses. It could be things that you don't think about. Maybe you got to go to the dentist, or maybe something will happen to your eye. So there's certain things that you got to be prepared for in your budget. So budget, parents is number 1. Be prepared to take care of our parents. Budget number 2. And the responsibility is number 3, and I kind of got into that, is making sure that you take care of your responsibilities as a husband and or a father. You may not be a father originally, but you may end up being a father. So, and a lot of times what happens too, and that's okay, you just need to figure that in the budget. I met an American today, and he had a new baby. It's been about a year, and he wasn't expecting having a baby. He's going back to Long Island in July, and he's going to fly back and go back to work again. And he can take his wife with him because she has all of the particular documents and the visas and everything already been approved. So he's just waiting for his to get all situated so he can actually do things. He's waiting on his visa to come back. Because they applied for 13A. So even though he's approved, he's still waiting. He's waiting on his meeting. But if you think about it, the long story short of it is always be prepared for take care of your parents, the budget, and figure the budget really. You might kick in a few dollars here and there that you're not really prepared for. So be prepared for that. And of course, responsibility to the children, and be prepared that will hit you too. You don't really think about it, but it'd be 600 peso here, 600 peso here. Not saying it's going to be a large sum amount of money. I'm saying that you may say, oh, okay, I can go there for $1,000 a month, which is fine, and then it ends up costing you 11, 12, 1,300, so you may be dipping into your savings or something like that. But be prepared that you will have to buy some type of something, and you have to figure rent and things like that also. But 3 things before marriage: just don't rush, relax. You don't have to go get everything all at one time. You don't have to do it all fly in June and get married by July. You can go fly in June and get married next July or the July after that. You have plenty of time to do it. You think that oh, I got to grab her. I got this beautiful Filipina. I want to grab her. She's mine. I want her to be mine. Well, she's always going to be yours. Take your time. She's not going anywhere. She'll be there for you. I want to thank everybody for watching, and please hit subscribe.